Welcome, beautiful yogis. This is our time to restore body, mind, nervous system, and at the same time we're going to elevate our frequency, put us in a beautiful elevated place. And we'll do that because this is yoga, and yoga brings together the opposites. So we'll begin with a few restorative poses, and then we'll go into a long relaxation, activation, nidra type practice to activate the codes so that our frequency can amplify. So, are you ready? Come into the open book pose. We have the props set up, blocks on a little step, bolster lying over it, and then we lie our spine on it. I've got these two blankies at each side of the hips, and they are ready to catch the knees, the thighs. However it works out in your body, we want to lie right in the middle of the bolster, have the arms each side falling away, knees, thighs falling away as the feet match up in cobbler's pose, or you could have your legs just extended out straight. And as you settle, find your optimal place, close your eyes, and notice how much shifts and changes by simply closing the eyes. So now we have cut off from so much outer stimulus, and we come into the sense of the body. Whatever we can pick up on here, the sense of our state of being. Are we relaxed already? Are we hypervigilant? There are so many different states to be as a human. And we are now going to together fill up with a lovely nose breath in. So full, so generous to the very top, to pause and hold. And then please blow it away as though you were sending off these tiny little filaments of a dandelion, flying away on the lightest breeze. We'll do that again, the nose, filling your lungs. You can feel it in your tummy. You can feel it in your ribs. And you can feel it all the way to the collarbones. Can your shoulders stay relaxed even at the fullness of the breath and the little holding moment? And then through the pursed lips, blow it gently, long and complete, far away. We'll do that again. This beautiful way to open our practice. As the nose inhales deeply, fully to full. Relaxing your mind deeply into this holding of the full breath, laden, full of breath, which we can now distribute as we blow it lightly away. Lovely, everyone. From here, finding the cadence of breath that works for you in this moment, and it can all be through your nose. Inhale, exhale, happening through the nose. And this is how we let the nervous system know that it is time to center, to ground, and to relax deeply. And we're just getting started in the open book shape, breathing and feeling our way more intimately with each breath. This breath is so close to us, and yet we overlook it. So much of the time we're on autopilot, and we are oblivious to the gift of each breath. And so now this welcoming, receiving inhalation, giving it back on exhalation. Please stay with this as your body, arms, legs, spine relax more with each exhalation. So I will bring in the theme for tonight's practice, which is the tree of life. The tree of life shows up in so many cultures, and the human body is often considered to be rather like a tree. And certainly in yoga, that image of being grounded through the roots, through the feet, and being lifted and elevated through the crown is easy to see and feel as we practice these visualizings and these breaths. I share a little bit of the image of the tree of life in the mystical shaman oracle, the version written by Alberto Violdo and two more people. This is what they say about the tree of life. It's a sacred symbol. The tree's deep roots reach into the lower world, the unconscious, while its branches reach to the heavens, the source of destiny. To be whole in your life's journey, it is important to have deep roots and high branches. A tall tree with shallow roots falls in the first wind, but a tree with deep roots can weather any storm. And so the invitation is to find health and balance in your life. Reflect a moment on how you dance with your actions, your thoughts, and your feelings. If you are too much in your thinking head, or in a world of fantasies and daydreaming, connect more with your roots and physical body. And for most of us in our culture, that's what we need to do. We spend a lot of time thinking. And so we connect with our roots, the physical body, as well as that exhalation that brings us down to the ground. On the other hand, if you are caught in mechanical doing and you're feeling stuck, not able to imagine a better life for yourself, open yourself to be inspired by the heavens. Let your roots and branches be aligned with your heart's longings. And so even as we rest and breathe in this beautiful heart-opening shape, see how it would be now to breathe in and out of your heart. That midway point, that meeting point of the earth and the heavens in our body. Your breath generous, easy, yet dedicated to be slow, smooth, and rhythmic, At this point, no pauses. Your breaths flowing one into the next as we rest here in the open book shape. The tree of life is a symbol in our origin story in the Western Abrahamic faith of Genesis, the tree of knowledge, the tree of knowledge of good and evil, setting us up for that paradigm of duality, where we have been living for a very long time. Had we grown up in India, China, or any of the Asian countries, we would not have learned that story so early, and we would have probably been able to see the world as whole and with the sense of oneness. And so in this turbulent time in human history, we are all learning again to see through the eyes of oneness, not separation, not either or. Rather, both and beginning to include more. We're also at this point in human history where we are learning more about the world beyond our planet Earth, the sky, the stars. And we are recovering the ancient stories of ancient civilizations, some of which are coming back to us and giving us an image, a hope, a narrative of how we can build this new earth together. And so for this last part of your resting in the open book shape, breathing through your heart, any sense of your heart's longing, what is it that would like to emerge through you at this time? Let that arise. Breathe it into your awareness. And now, beautiful yogis, let's complete the open book pose. Help your knees back together. And gently roll off your bolster setup and make your way into the revolved child's pose position. So you can rearrange your blankets. one to sit on at the short end of your bolster. Let's begin on the left side. Sit on your left buttock and face your torso. Turn your torso to your lovely long bolster to lift and lower on it, to lie down on your left ear and soften your arms, now in a forward orientation. And so here is where we can really feel the breath in your back body. Bringing your breath all the way to your back. One of the gifts that we as humans have been given is the gift of choice. We can choose so many things. And we can certainly choose what is internal to us, how we respond to events, and how we approach our lives. I personally love the life devoted to the practice of joy. The practice of joy. That doesn't mean being ecstatic and running around happily dancing all the way. It is simply cultivating this state of being that accepts what is here and frames it in a way that it comes to us as a gift. So we can choose joy. So as you breathe, I will share with you a lovely piece of writing also about joy. The exhortation to choose joy. Choose it like a child chooses the shoe to put on the right foot, the crayon to paint a sky. Choose it at first consciously, effortfully, pressing against the weight of a world heavy with reasons for sorrow, restless with the need for action. Feel the sorrow, take the action, but keep pressing the weight of joy against it all until it becomes automated, like gravity pulling the stream down its course, until it becomes an inner law of nature. We've all heard of Viktor Frankl and his description of the Holocaust, and how even in that situation he could exclaim, "Yes to life in spite of everything. Yes to life in spite of everything." And what an everything he lived through. Then so can any one of us amid the rubble of our plans, so trifling by comparison. Joy is not a function of a life free of friction and frustration, but a function of focus. Joy is a function of focus, an inner elevation by the fulcrum of choice. So often it's a matter of attending to what Hermann Hesse called, as the world was about to become unworlded by its first global war, the little joys, attending the little joys so often. These are the slender threads of which we weave the lifeline that saves us. Those little joys. Delight in the age-salted man on the street corner waiting for the light to change, his age-salted dog beside him, each inclined towards the other with the angular subtlety of absolute devotion. Delight in this little girl zooming past you on her little bicycle, this fierce emissary of the future, rainbow tassels waving from her handlebars and hundreds beaded braids spilling from her golden helmet. Delight in the snail, taking an afternoon to traverse the abysmal crack in the sidewalk for the sake of pasturing on a single blade of grass. Delight in the tiny new leaf, so shy and so shamelessly lush, unfurling from the crooked stem of the parched geranium. We all have the little joys. I know you see them all the time, especially now that it's spring and nature is bursting forth. So even as you rest and breathe into your back, choose joy. So beautiful, yogis. Let's gently move from our first side of revolved child's pose. So come on up gently off your left hip and traverse your way to drop down on your right hip and settle into this shape. So feel free to bring your supportive blankie under your knee, under your top knee, and lie forward. So prop between the knees is lovely support, especially if you've got little wider knees, wider hips. That support is wonderful. And still the shoulders and the arms drop into gravity. Our back now facing up. To clear the way for deep back breathing that we can direct, we can choose in the most effortless way. staying with that sense of breathing joy. We are, of course, connected not only to the earth below us, but to the great cosmos around us. To look up at the night sky and to wonder. It brings wonder, it brings awe as we look at the great mystery. Some parts of the sky we recognize, and some is new to us. If you've relocated, the sky is different. And then what changes too is our planet, Gaia, that pale blue dot, moving around our sun, so that we have a different sky in the different seasons. And we have divided that into four points in the circle that we call the solstices and the equinoxes. And they have throughout the ages in many traditions, and especially in First Nations. These have been seen as openings, portals, to connect with that great beyond. But we can further divide those four quadrants, finding the midpoint of each one. And we are now, this beginning of May season, we are close to the midpoint between the spring equinox and the summer solstice. And many see this point also as a portal, as an opening to the cosmos, where we can learn, where we can receive, perhaps see more, see what we hadn't seen. So this coming week we are approaching the 5-5 portal, the 5th of May, which is also this year a full moon, and it is also an eclipse. So it's seen as highly cosmic, a lovely big portal, bringing change and new openings. The old is disappearing and the new is emerging. Each breath matters. It all matters, it's all connected, our breath to every cell in the body. Our body responding to our thoughts from the inside, and responding also to the season that we're in. And we have long let it respond, perhaps too much. to the chaos of the outer world. And so the invitation in this practice is to respond to that greater reality, beyond the events of the news, into the new unfolding narrative of who we are becoming. Whatever resides in your heart has the potential to emerge, to manifest into this world. And so we'll be here just for 3 to 4 more breaths in this revolved child's pose. And then I invite you to come up slowly, gently. And today we'll follow with the seated forward bend. So set up your tabletop for the seated forward bend. A little seat for your sitting bones and a little table to lean forward on. So have it steady, and then you could be in cross-legged position or you could be in straddle legs. And it is sunny here today, so lovely. Come to lie forward, rest your brow, and have a long spine. This will open into your hips and your low back. And so no matter how you've chosen to do your legs, crossed or straddle, breathe into your low back and your low belly. Bring your breaths there. And rest in the support of this lovely seated forward bend. The tree of life, that ancient symbol, too, also is taking on a new form and a new meaning. Now we could call it, in the new narrative of the new earth, the tree of grace. Not so much the tree of knowledge of good and evil, but the tree of grace, the new earth tree of life. It embodies the divine, feminine energy of grace and compassionate love that are at the heart of new earth consciousness. The tree of life holds the central pillar of consciousness for the earth, and also is a great library for all the templates for life forms of the earth and the solar system. The tree of life, the tree of grace, can be seen as the Great Mother who holds all of life within herself. And so at this time we have that capacity to release the frequency of the tree of knowledge of good and evil, which has dominated our old earth with duality and aggression. And we can open to the tree of grace, where grace and compassion define life going forward. And so the sense, as we rest and breathe, that we are embraced and resting under the tree of grace. Where life is balanced between the masculine and the feminine forces. Where abundance for all is a given. There is abundance for everyone. And the wisdom carried in the tree of grace is imparted to us, the new humans, ready to evolve, ready to let go the old grudges and differences, and to embrace wisdom and abundance. I invite you to stay just for 3 more breaths in the seated forward bend. And then to slowly come up. And we're going to segue right away into the elevated legs position. So we can leave that tabletop there, or of course you can go to your nearby wall. So this seat becomes a head pillow as we lie back and elevate the legs. And so we've been breathing into the back body in the last 3 poses. Now the back can rest completely as the legs are now higher than the heart. That lovely deep relaxation can pervade the body as the circulation is reversed a little bit. The roots of our tree are now up in the air. And that reverse flow of prana, circulation, we can just tune into it. So many of the images are a felt sense rather than an exact science or a left brain idea of things. We are not grasping at all with the left brain here. We are relaxing in that right side of the brain that is open to narratives, to new ways of looking, and new ways to experience deep ease and rest, confidence, courage and hope. Invite you now, as we trace the breath with attention, to breathe in from your low belly, feel the rising of your breath to the fullness, and then to hold your breath here. We're holding at full, and then exhale your breath slowly all the way out. And we'll hold a moment on empty. And then inhale again. We are stretching the breath both ends. We're in the hold of the full inhale. Slowly let the breath go. And rest in the empty place. To repeat. So cue yourself to breathe. Feel free to make this into the square breath practice. In 4, pause 4, out 4, pause 4. Sustaining this breath pattern. 2 more cycles of this breath pattern. And then when you reach completion at the end of the long pause on empty, let go the pattern and let your breath breathe you. Letting go to that completely, feel wonderful, no more controlling. Shifting into allowing. Allowing the breath to breathe you, being the witness of that and noticing how you feel. And now we're going to bend the knees. Draw your knees in towards your chest. Draw them in close to you. You might even circle them a little bit. And then we'll roll over and set up for our next shape. Which is supported bridge pose. Blocks to the bottom of the mat and the bolster now ready to pull up under your hips. So we'll be on the back. Draw the bolster underneath your hips, so just lift up and then let your legs extend or keep your knees bent. And just see where your arms would like to be. They can be below your shoulders. If you have open shoulders, you might enjoy cactus arms. Now the body fully stretched out. Feel and receive your breath. However it wants to breathe you. Lovely, beautiful yogis. From here, I invite you to segue into Shavasana, where today we'll have a long, deep visualization, relaxation that will open us into the new narrative, the becoming of more than what we've been. So get comfy. I will be your Sherpa, your guide. And so being comfy now in Shavasana. Coming back again to your heart, breathing through your heart. And the sense of breathing from your heart down into the earth, to that earth star that's always beneath us. And breathe deep, deep down into the heart of the earth. And then bring that energy up into your heart. And we now bring awareness to the soul chakra above the head. And so as we bring our awareness up, we breathe in and we breathe in, and we keep rising in awareness higher and higher into the heart of the cosmos, connecting with the divine heart, and bring that into your physical body. Your heart now linking the earth and the heart of the cosmos. And so now this energy goes outward throughout your whole body and around your body. Aware of all of us doing this together. You've seen the little windows on our screen. We're doing this practice together. Connecting our hearts, our souls. And we call in now the presence of our heavenly team. Archangel Michael, the Elohim, the Syrians, the Pleiadians, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, the star lions, as well as the cosmic dolphins and whales. Our whole cosmic team is here to support our opening to higher frequency, which will enable us to bring heaven to earth. Opening now your sacred heart, where we'll place that beautiful cross, the figure 8. 2 circles on top of one another, connecting heaven and earth. And intersecting that, the infinity sign, or the lying down 8, connecting left and right, connecting the divine feminine and the sacred masculine within us. And from this sacred heart, we rise and we rise and we rise, way up into the cosmos, to the star garden of the new earth. Our heavenly team is here guiding us into the Emerald Temple. It is shimmering and beautiful. And here we are led by our guides to the Emerald Throne, and we are invited to sit down on the throne. Feel yourself seated on this emerald cosmic throne, and a mystery guest is led in to meet you, and it is the Emerald Empress. And she carries to you the codes of abundance. She has mastered the gathering of basic needs and is now able to luxuriate in nature's gifts, acquired not by exploiting, but by being of service. And the Empress asks you, are you ready to live in abundance and joy? Quietly let her know your answer, which of course is yes. The Empress moves away, and now two persons come along. They are the lovers showing connection, communion, and joy. And you see their incredible harmony and their inner balance. And you see how the one becomes two, and how the two becomes one, something you have been practicing for a very long time. And the lovers ask you, are you ready to live in joy and love on the new earth? And your answer is, of course, yes. And they move away. Now a wise old being approaches. It is the hermit, the one who has done much inner work. And you gaze at the ancient face and hear the question, are you ready to live in wisdom and divine connection? And you give your answer. And the hermit moves away. An angel comes to you and places on your head a golden crown. And you feel its power and its energy flowing through you. The golden crown that you have now received. And now together we see planet Earth below, that small blue dot floating in space. And from this cosmic space, this cosmic throne, this beautiful emerald temple, we transmit to the earth the codes of right relationship to earth and to one another. And we can see the earth as sacred. And we see the tree of grace, the new earth tree of life. And the tree embodies the divine feminine energies of grace and compassionate love. And we know the tree of grace is the great library holding all life within itself. And how now we are released from the frequency of the tree of knowledge of good and evil, which has dominated the earth with duality and aggression. We all now embody the new frequencies. abundance, balance, wisdom, and we transmit from our hearts to the planet below. And we're doing it together, and it has a great strength and power. And so now, having received the gifts, the crown, the codes, we gently return into the breathing body that lies here on the mat. Sensing the space, the luminosity, the emerging of all that is good. Resting in your heart breath. Absorb and allow this new narrative to permeate through your cells. So that we can live in abundance, right relationship, wisdom, to know that we are doing this together, and that there are light workers all over the planet doing these different practices to draw in the new, to let go the old. So that we can continue to choose joy, uplifting ourselves and the others. to know that at your heart you wear this shield, this Magdalene cross that joins the earth and heaven, masculine and feminine, all within our own heart. And should it be that we might find ourselves again in moments of tension, of duality, that we can call in the sacred third that shifts and allows for flow. And we can do that with a prayer to whoever you pray to. You can do it by invoking the violet light, and to know that we are more powerful than we ever thought. And so, beautiful yogis, in the next few days as we approach the full moon, it's also Buddha's full moon, it's on Friday. Remember that you wear the crown and that you are gifted, and that you have many gifts to share. And so we slowly now prepare to come back into this physical body, to move a little through your fingers and your toes, to hug your knees in, and gently roll to your side and rest in gratitude. If you're happy resting, you can stay resting. And if you are complete, then come on up to sit and we'll close our practice together. So beautiful to practice with you. Thank you so much. Namaste.